friends, today we are going to discuss how strengths and weaknesses of a candidate is judged by an interviewing officer in a personality related interview. Although I'm going to cover one question, yet it would be helpful for you to just see how it could be judged and how you can make your answers better by assessing these standard questions. Um, so the question is, uh, talk about your hometown. A question could be, tell me something about your hometown, or I would like to know interesting facts about your hometown, right? Okay. So this question is actually open-ended question. I would like to tell you what is open-ended or closed question. Open-ended questions are questions where you can answer anything according to you or according to your perception. Closed questions are where they would have absolute answer. For example, I may say that which brand t-shirt you are wearing, then you may say that this is XYZ brand, or what is your name, what is the name of your father, or what is the name of your hometown. This is a closed question. But if I say tell me something about your hometown, it is an open-ended question. You can say lots of things according to your perception. Here I would like to know your perception. For example, now I would say say it is a hypothetical situation, candidate 1 and candidate 2. Say the candidate 1 says that I'm from Rampur Vishar, which is in the district Shimla of Himachal Pradesh. It is a mountainous region, and I have spent my whole of my childhood there. And I love this place. All my friends are there, and it is very beautiful place. Right? This is the answer of candidate 1. The candidate 2 says, I'm from Rampur Vishar, which is in district Shimla of Himachal Pradesh. It is in the northern part of India. It is well connected on NH5 to district Shimla. It is 130 km from district Shimla. It is on the left bank of the river Satluj. Its height from the sea level is around 1000 meter, and which is around 4400 meters. And historically it has been under British rule, and 1940s it got freedom from British rule, and it became part of India. I have spent whole my childhood there, and I all my schooling. I did my schooling from Rampur Vishar as well, and it is famous for hydro projects and horticulture products. Thank you very much. Okay, so this was the answer of candidate 2. So it hardly took 20 or 25 seconds to explain to candidate 2, or around 10 to 12 seconds for candidate 1. So which answer you consider to be impactful? Maybe you consider answer 1 to be more impactful, or answer 2 be more impactful. Now, as I asked you to keep in background strength and weakness. Now, as a interviewing officer, how would I assess your strength and weakness? Say, I have resume of both the candidates, and both the candidates have written in their interpersonal skills or their skill set that we have good presentation skills, or we have good observational skills, or they may have written we have good reasoning ability. So what do you think, which candidate presented well, candidate 1 or candidate 2? Whose reasoning ability was more, candidate 1 or candidate 2? Whose observational skills were more, candidate 1 or candidate 2? Obviously it is obvious that the observation, the reasoning ability, the presentation skill of candidate 2 was more than the candidate 1, right? Although this one particular question is not going to decide your fate, but it is an opportunity. Candidate do not know at times that what to say or what not to say, and I'm not saying that all the time you have to say like you have to give say bunch of information in a single burst. It's not always warranted. At times the question could be just to make you comfortable, or to make you comfortable in an interview situation. So it's not always that they are seeking an opportunity. Still, again, it is part of your personality. Whatever you speak in that situation, it is open for you. That's why it is called open-ended questions, right? Okay. And again, I'm not going to decide your fate of that interview based on this one answer. So I will look for the patterns. If I would find patterns in all the open-ended questions, only then I will decide your fate. Now the thing is that if I see pattern, then I would obviously define that this person is that of XYZ personality, so whether it is suitable for us or not, right? Okay. Now the other aspect could be, it's not necessary that the candidate 1 would have low observation skill or low ability to present himself, or any presentation skill. So it may be the thing that candidate 1 was not aware what to say in this kind of situation. So I'm saying that whenever you get any kind of situation where you have opportunity to talk about your strengths, always do tell your strengths. Is an opportunity for you whenever you're given an opportunity, because the interviewing officer would never ask you your direct strengths. Firstly, they would ask you open-ended questions, indirect questions, or they will give you situations, and they would ask you how did you react at that time, or they would talk about any hard time, and how did you react at that time, or how did you deal that situation. It is again to tell you opportunity, and they would assess that whatever you did in the past you would possibly do in the future. So that is all about that interview questions. So whenever you are given open-ended questions, do talk about your strengths at that time, not using the adjectives like I was hardworking, I did that. Actually tell what did you do, or actually present itself. For example, right now he presented, the candidate who presented his presentation skill, his observational skills, right? So at that time he was more impactful. I'm not saying that candidate one may have more knowledge than that, more observational skill at that time, but he didn't present that. So the presenting itself is very important, right? Okay, so thank you very much for your time, and I hope this would be helpful for you. If you need further more video, then you may ask me. Thank you very much.